We can start this?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, go.
We're going.
Nice.
Well, hello everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. It's been a while.
What episode is this? Yeah, we had to take a break because somebody decided to go on the wrong week to Ireland.
Yeah. Is it 11?
I think so. Something like that.
It's either 11 or 12. We'll find out later on when I
Post it.
Yeah. So, correction will not be on this video, but there you have it.
Awesome.
So, once again, it's down the Cabana hole.
Yeah.
I got it.
It
Down
only
the
took
Cabana
you
hole.
11 or 12 episodes, whichever one it is.
episodes. Well, who is our sponsor today,
Our
Devin?
sponsor is Smuggler's Notch Distillery. Remember, a few episodes back we had the maple bourbon. Remember?
Hey, you shaved.
Yeah, just this afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was wondering, is it like it looks like a baby again?
I'm a baby face. You know, well, remind me.
Anyhow, sorry, I digress.
Smuggler's Notch from Vermont. We had the maple bourbon a few episodes back. And
Oh, that's right.
yeah, and this
That's
is the straight bourbon whiskey. So I thought I
get
bought
it
it
right up to the
specifically.
camera.
Yeah,
Oh, look at there.
those guys were super awesome at the tasting room. So I thought we would give it some love on the show.
I have a cool glass.
Oh,
I don't think you've seen this.
okay. I love cool glasses.
Okay, hang on. Here we go. Oh, and they've got weight. Check this out.
Oh!
Is that cool or what?
Did your sister buy these?
No. A good friend of mine, Linda, she gave me these for my 60th birthday, which happened, I guess, between the last one and this, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Anyhow.
Fans of your Happy Friday will
What?
know when your birthday was.
Yeah, one of them. What I'm wondering is, okay, it's kind of hard to see. It looks as though it's got the rocks in there. So I'm wondering if you're supposed to put this in the freezer.
Probably.
You think so?
Probably. I mean, it's just glass, but you know.
Yeah, but it's heavy. It feels like that's solid.
It is solid for sure. But a nice frosty glass like that will keep it cold, but that's all right.
Well,
Next time.
we'll go neat. Oh, I should have wore that shirt. She also gave me a shirt that just says neat with a glass that's half full. Yeah.
You gotta ask her where she got that. I need one.
All right. A mission for me and someone who's not watching this, but I'm going to tell her to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
The smell test?
The clock is ticking. Hey, you're supposed to smell it in the glass.
Sorry.
I'm not sticking my nose next to your nose sniffing this thing. Which reminds me, I've just come off of having a cold.
Yeah,
So I still have a little bit of sniffles.
COVID's over, remember? Nobody cares.
Please don't get me started on that. Interesting.
Smells,
Smells smooth.
well, this was a father and son dream.
It's not
Jeffersonville,
Aw.
Vermont.
Father and son
Small
alcoholic
batch
dream.
blend of corn, rye, barley, and Vermont spring water. Oh, they're trying to get snobby like those Scotch. Those
Yeah.
Scotchmen and their Scottish lock water.
Yeah. Lach.
Loch.
Lach. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, we're gonna finish this tonight. Good thing I
This is
like
going
this.
down.
We should from now on buy 3 75-milliliter bottles. You know, half of a.
Oh, yeah,
fifth,
yeah.
And then just that's what we drink.
Yeah, I like that. I remember one night we went through a full something.
A full fifth on this show.
No, not on the show, but
yeah.
you and I just.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
That's every Tuesday.
we're not alcoholics or anything.
No. Yeah, so you're back from
Huna,
Huna.
my most favorite place in the world. Yeah.
Cool. How'd it go? What did you do?
We went fishing.
Oh,
But yeah, we went fishing, and
I thought you went up there for the shuffleboard.
no, that's what those cruise people do.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't a cruise.
But
It was
interesting
actually
story.
on the island.
Yeah, but interesting story. I got there on Thursday, and there was a family of 9
Okay.
from a cruise boat that was in town,
Right.
and they wanted to rent 2 boats. The kid, so there was like great grandfather.
So not like a sponsored cruise ship thing.
No,
They
it was
just
not.
kinda
They went out on their
right.
own. They went to the lodge. They rented the boats.
Nice.
And it was like 3 kids, their mom and dad, her mom and dad,
Oh, wow.
his mom and dad. So 4 generations. The
Whoa.
oldest guy was 76 years old, and his wife. And then the other dude was like 60. And his wife. So, there was some babies having babies there.
Yeah.
And so they get down there, and Chris is putting them in these boats. And the 60-year-old guy, the grandfather...
I guess I could be a grandfather. Yeah, that's not...
He rammed the prop into the rocks right at the dock. Busted the prop all up. So Chris was pissed. And
So they were just renting the boats?
they were just renting the boats.
Oh.
Yeah. Because the kid...
Not for you guys to operate them.
No.
Yeah.
People rent boats all the time, right?
Gotcha.
It's because the young kid, there's like a 14-year-old kid or whatever. They're all from Utah, and the 14-year-old kid, he's been fishing lately, so he hey, we're going to Alaska. I really want to go fishing.
Right.
So I went down to help Chris with the prop, and
Chris didn't kill anybody, did he?
no, he did not.
Good.
He's usually angry but calm under pressure. He gets angry.
That's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah.
Someone
And he's
busts your toy.
He's like, and it was his boat.
Oh.
He doesn't like to rent his boat, but they had already one rented out, and these guys rent, and they didn't tell him that they were coming until like an hour before, so nothing was ready, so he's rushing.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so I'm helping him change his prop, and he's like, "Why don't you take these guys out?"
Right.
And I was like, "Sure." So I got ready, and I went down there, and I was helping him change the prop, and the wife of the dude that was driving the boat that hit the rocks, she was like, because she saw I had like my rain pants on, and she's like, "Are you gonna captain the boat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take you guys out." She's like, "Okay, good," because I wasn't gonna get on if he was gonna drive again. So it was really funny.
That's nice.
So I took them out, and they only had a few hours because they wasted 3 hours with a busted prop.
Right.
And so I took them around town a little bit by Hoona Island and Halibut Island.
Did they get any fishing in?
Yeah, so they caught one, ping pong paddle, and they caught a mother-in-law fish. So when they pulled it up,
Mother-in-law
yeah, the
fish.
sculpins. Remember the really ugly ones that you caught?
Yeah.
So that was actually pretty funny. I pulled it up. I'm like, "Oh, you got a sculpin," and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "A mother-in-law fish," and they're like, "A mother-in-law fish," and I said, "See how ugly it is?" And they all laughed. They thought it was hilarious. We saw some birds and some sea otters. We didn't see the whale, but we heard it.
Oh,
And
nice.
so they had a fabulous time.
Nice.
And took them back to the dock. The other family was there. They caught 3 salmon. The kid was super stoked.
Did you let them take the propeller home?
No.
Should have. That would have been good. Here you go. As a consolation prize.
And then
Here's what you broke.
I drove them all back to the dock because it was getting late. They had to be back by a certain time. And, they were super thankful, super nice people. The mom of the 3 kids, stopped me as I got out of the truck and was like, "Thank you so much. They had
Nice.
such a great time.
Nice.
I really appreciate it." Felt good.
Oh, yeah. And there's nothing like giving people a fun time.
Yeah, and I love old people, man. Old people are awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, they just have
Most of them.
Yeah. And
Some of
these
them.
old people were super nice and
Yeah.
super, thankful, and
So, no, wait a
really
minute.
cool.
These old people. The grandfather was 60,
I think
Something.
60-something.
and you consider that old.
Well, older than me, which
Okay.
you are.
Yes, I am. Oh, it's got a nice ring to
It
it.
does.
They're just good, solid glasses. Thank you
Yeah.
again, Linda, even though you're not watching this.
Yeah, so, all right, let's go down. So, tell 5 minutes about Ireland.
Oh, Ireland it is.
I saw you kissing the Blarney.
Oh
Blarney
man, I
Stone.
gave it a good smooch.
Nice.
It was full on lips.
So you have to
and tongue.
lean back and.
You gotta get down, lay on your back, because the way it is, you got the floor of the castle, and then you got the wall going around. When you've got a gap between the wall and the floor, so the water can drain out, and so here's the floor, here's the wall, but it goes down here. Well, the Blarney Stone is this bottom stone.
Oh.
So you gotta lay on your back and go way back. So the picture they took of me, you don't even see my head.
Yeah.
You just see the body. Julie, I think, took a picture. Maybe you see me on it. You can see Liz's head because she didn't kiss it. She said, "That's close enough." And it's
So
very
what's
safe.
the story with the Blarneys, kissing the Blarney Stone?
Okay. It's if you kiss the Blarney Stone, it's supposed to give you the gift of gab.
So you kissed it when you were a child?
Yeah, that's funny. Well, you know, there was
No, you talk good.
The funny thing is there. Obviously, you're waiting in line to go on this thing, and so I got on to do a little Happy Friday right there at the moment. Okay, it's for you guys. I'm going to kiss this Blarney Stone. It's going to give me the gift of gab. And some guy that was behind us, he goes, "You already have the gift of gab."
Get out of line.
And you can hear Julie go, "You don't even know him."
I remember seeing that.
But
Because I watched the Happy Fridays, unlike all you guys.
both of you.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Actually, Blarney Castle and the whole grounds was pretty cool. And the nice thing is, because Chelsea, thank you, Chelsea, she's not watching this, she rented, or got me in contact, so I rented a wheelchair for Julie.
Oh, nice.
So by wheeling Julie around everywhere, she had enough leg power to get up to the tower.
Nice.
She didn't kiss the Blarney Stone, but she got up to the top. And it's a slow line, so she's able to stop and sit on the steps for a while. And so Blarney Grounds, the Blarney Castle, that was actually very cool.
Awesome.
Definitely worth a trip. Definitely worth doing. Most, people say, "Oh, what was the biggest thing?" Really the biggest thing that stood out was just being out in the country. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Driving on the left side and not hitting anybody.
Nice. Well done, sir.
Yeah, I did quite well, especially the first day, because we get there and
left hand, right hand, right? Left lane, right hand drive.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Stick.
I chose automatic. I originally rented a stick, and then all of a sudden realized I'm going to shift left hit. No, I'm going to get an automatic. And even then, I got confused because I just naturally reach up, and so I'm turning on the windshield wipers.
They swapped the things because I heard they're the same.
No. But the point is you're used to, when you're driving, you're used to reaching up here for automatic, right? It's either right here on the right or a stick on the left, but there was no stick. These new cars, they have
They have the
dials.
little dials. Yeah, it's
So
lame.
lame. How do you can't, no, it just doesn't work. But because of that, a few times initially I was reaching for that and turning on the wipers, but it was raining, so it still worked. And so I got that worked out. The interesting thing is, the first day out, I was even talking to myself, especially, first day, we land in the morning, we've been up all night long, I'm dead dog tired, and we got to drive a few hours to get to the first spot. And so Chelsea's riding shotgun, and she's going to try to keep me awake. We're playing 20 questions, and Julie and Liz finally, they pass out in the back. Now Liz she sleeps all the time. That's all she does. but Julie, she finally passed out too. And one time, I don't remember, we were playing 20 questions, and I mentioned something, and Julie kind of goes, she just kind of, Julie, what's that? What it is? And it's like, go back to sleep, Mom. But anyhow, we were so tired, we were just brain fried. But I did not fall asleep.
Nice.
I kept us alive. And, but the countryside is beautiful. And going to the dolmens, these thousands of years old, these burial tombs, portals, because I don't think they left the bones in there, although one of them they found like 33 bodies in or something like that, but they're just chunks of bones. So that was probably the best part, although the Blarney Castle stands out. And we finished it. It turns out this year is the 25th anniversary of when Riverdance opened for, I guess it was for some kind of a talent show. And so for the first time, they played it. And it blew people away because it was a slightly different take on Irish dance. They actually moved their arms.
I remember as a kid, like my mom watched it.
And that one guy, Michael Fatley.
Yeah.
Flatly.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyhow, because he wasn't fat, I tell you that much. He then did Lord of the Dance.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. But anyhow, so we got to see them perform in Dublin at the what theater?
Did you pre-plan
Gaiety
that?
Theater. Chelsea did.
Nice.
Yes.
Sweet.
So thank you, Chelsea. She was on top of it with a wheelchair, with getting tickets for that. So it was a 25th anniversary deal, and they were phenomenal. And it's just so cool. And the musicians were tremendous as well.
Yeah.
So it was just those are the things that stood out to me the most. And the best part, timing. You know, sometimes Providence smiles upon you.
Yeah.
And so we're driving, and these country roads, everybody warns you, oh, you're driving your own car. Those roads get really narrow. They get really narrow. They do. Because we're in a small car, and it gets our width. And so you have to keep an eye out on where there's a slight little bump, so that when you meet another car, if you know you just passed one, you back up to that point so they can get by and you can get by.
It's like driving in Huna up the road.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, this is even worse.
Oh.
Because the hedges are right up there on the car. And so we're driving down this road, we got a car in front of us a little ways up, and I hand Chelsea my phone, I said, take a picture of this, because this is just cool. And sure enough, 2 more cars coming at us. So we've got a spot to try to get by with 4 cars. And there's only enough room for 2 cars. So we're scraping the side of our car on the brush, and you can see on one of the photos, all the little warning lights are on my little view screen thing, and we're like this far away from the other car. It was cool. I liked it.
You didn't wreck. That's the
No,
part.
I didn't, which was amazing.
Cool.
And the interesting thing is, you're so used to driving here that you've got this natural reference of where that front right corner is. So now that I'm over here, I don't have that natural reference of front left corner.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out, Chelsea getting way too close to the edge too many times. And finally, I concentrated on keeping on that line, because you just kind of naturally, you visually drift towards the center, because that's how you're used to it on this side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was trippy, but I didn't wreck and I didn't kill anybody, especially us.
Nice.
And it was a good time. It was a good time with the girls. It was a good time with Julie. It was great, her being able to do stuff, you know, when we had long distances, being able to wheel her around in the wheelchair. And I learned something outside of this whole Ireland
Is
thing.
it better than shitface?
No, nothing beats shit face.
Okay. But still, but cool.
It was, okay, you ever see these dorks running down the road backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, I'm sure that's supposed to do something for you. It's just, you look retarded, okay?
Yeah, but
I
it's
know we're not
supposed
allowed
to help strengthen your knees.
I thought it was the calves, because when we were at the Cliffs of Moher, they were steep, and so I'm pushing Julie up a lot of steepness, and when we're coming down, it was steep enough, I didn't want to be behind it, because if it goes, if I slip and fall, she's just off like a rocket. So I turned it around, and I walked backwards, and I'm telling you, the next day, my calves were warm. And so I think people run backwards for their calves, to develop their calves more. Now, it could be to help the knees.
I think that the knees over toe guy, have you heard of that guy?
I've heard of knees over toe. Yeah.
But I think we talked about this, the knees over toes guy.
But there was alcohol involved.
Yeah, so you probably forgot. The knees over toes guy, he was this kid who developed this knee strengthening program because when he was in high school, he wanted to play Division I college. But he blew out his knees 3 years in a row.
Wow.
So he had to go to some like JC, and then he developed this program, like
Is this JC Penney?
junior college.
Oh, okay.
He had to go to a junior college to kind of prove himself, right? And he spent a lot of time, you know, looking at physical therapy books and all this stuff, and he developed this system for knees over toes,
Right.
where you actually strengthen your knees. And even after 3 blowouts, after his sophomore season, he got a D1 scholarship.
Wow.
And then when he went to the D1 team, they all have trainers, and he's like, "Look, this is what I've been doing," and he's like, "No, you can't do that." He's like, "What do you mean? This is how I fixed myself." He's like, "Sorry, you can't do that."
Yeah.
So he quit the team, after getting his scholarship, and he is on a journey to develop this knees over toes methodology and get it. The reason why this guy, this personal trainer, this trainer wouldn't do it is because he wasn't taught it.
Right.
So he didn't know. So it's his
Right.
mission to help people that have knee
Open
problems.
your mind.
To help people that have knee problems and get the philosophy into all of the training for physical therapy. That's his goal, yeah.
I need to look that up because now, mind you,
Now, I could be mistaken that backwards thing isn't, but I think I remember him saying that one of the things that they do is they kind of shimmy like that backwards, and they make sure their knees are over their toes, and they also do a lot of sled pushing.
Yeah.
So, I'm behind, sorry.
Got to keep up. All right, pour away, my friend. Yeah, so all I know is that next day my calves were definitely feeling it. But, overall, it was a really good time.
Excellent.
It was a good trip. Julie and I have absolutely sworn off ever flying coach again.
You flew coach? That's what happens. I told you, don't fly first class. Because then you never want to fly coach again.
I'm telling you, man, we were in pain coming back.
I agree with you. But if pain is all you know, you don't know any better.
Never again. And so this year...
You should have just made the kids sit in coach and you guys sit in first class.
Well, no, I tried.
There were no more seats?
It was full. Yeah.
Well, you should have done it in the beginning.
I know. Sorry. Anyhow, so my sister Rita, she wanted us to go over October, right about the end of October, to do a little drive through Italy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I got enough air miles for one business class. I'm not going. I don't feel like spending the money right now because we got the Tahiti. I've already paid for it all, but that's why the bank account's a little bit low.
Sure.
But Rita's in full agreement, of course, because she's older than me.
Yeah.
Much older.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, man, I'm just not flying coach anymore. Now, in the States, that's fine. It's just a few hours. Not a big deal. But holy cow, when you're...
What's the difference between 6 hours and 9 hours?
It's a funny thing.
Because I don't, just to be fair,
Now,
I flew
what's
to
6?
Japan. 6 is to the East Coast. Plus or minus 6.
Well,
on a direct flight to New York, or we had a direct flight to Boston. It was 5:59.
I'll admit, when I'm going past 5, that's when it starts getting uncomfortable. 5 hours, I'm
I sat
basically
in
fine.
coach to Japan 3 times. One time in the last row. In the last row.
Oh yeah.
That was awful. But one time coming back, I had the whole row to myself, so I just laid down.
Oh,
and went to
nice.
sleep. Yeah. But again, I agree with you, right? But the moment that you you understand the difference, then you can't go back.
Well, now see, if you're flying States, there's a difference, but not a huge difference.
That's not true. I mean, it's not like international
Dude.
where your whole thing lays down.
Yeah,
Agreed.
international. It's night and day.
But it's also
it's more comfortable. I'll admit.
It's
but
also the cost of. So first class from Portland to Boston was $1,800 round trip, and it was $600 round trip. So it's 3x the cost.
Yeah.
International is more than that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking about 4 to 5x.
It can be
the cost of coach. So you can spend that money doing something fun, or you can spend that money being comfortable.
There's a reason why I built my business to where it's at. It's so I can fly business. I'll never forget. It was the first time international business that I had
Is it
flown.
business or first class?
Business. So I don't know what the difference is between business and first class. I would like to know, because it was when Chelsea and I went to Japan. And she was not feeling good, and we almost canceled the. It was for spring break when she was 16. And I said, well, okay, look, I know you're not feeling good, but worst case scenario, we go over there, you're sick there. So we just, chill out in Japan, and you're sick. Otherwise, you're going to be here in Oregon sick. So she's like, okay, let's do this. But for her sake, I said, let's spend the air miles and let's go business. Holy cow. Yeah. And so, but the funny part was we were on the second deck. And I'd never been up there. This was a jet that had 2 levels. So we go up there, and it's a smaller room. It's nothing but Japanese businessmen.
And you two. Bunch of fucking Americans.
Hicks, right? And I'm sitting there going, Chelsea, check this out.
And these guys fly like this all over the world,
and you see
right?
these guys, yeah, and you see these guys.
Giving you the stink eye. Not just the stink eye, the Japanese stink eye.
Oh, the Japanese stink eye. They're ready to get out their samurai and chop my head off.
No.
Anyhow, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And so then I did the same thing. I was like, well, Julie, you don't want to fly first, business class, because once you do, it says, now I have to. So so when we fly somewhere, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
gotta
fly.
leave you back in coach.
That's gonna fly. That's never gonna fly.
And the first time that she flew business, yeah, she was just like, oh my gosh, you get everything.
Yeah.
Now, one time, Julie and I got stuck in the back of a flight before all the business class. And I remember we got back there, we're the last row, and we're getting ready to take off, or we had taken off. Yeah, because I just said to the stewardess, I said, okay, I'm thinking back here, it deserves some champagne, right? She brought us champagne.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I need to be much more rich to delve into the business class.
You're Mr. Moneybags.
Oh,
come on.
Shut up, Marty. My father-in-law calls me
Yes.
Moneybags.
Yeah. Well, the Marty I know
Oh,
is
yeah.
right up there.
Yeah, no, my father-in-law is Marty.
And trust me, he was not rich.
My father-in-law is not rich either,
Oh, okay.
but he
But he thinks you are.
he thinks I am
Yeah.
because he never made. I have never made more than $60,000 a year. So, and I'm like, you lived in Spokane and you spent your monthly allotment of money was $383. So,
Yeah.
like, give me a break, dude. Your house cost $12,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, give me a break. I saw this breakdown today of a house in the 80s
oh.
versus a house of today, and they were like, the tweet was, oh, screw you guys and your 7%. In the 80s, we had to pay 14.5%. Okay, that's fine. Like,
Right.
so he's like, okay, that's fine. The average house was $80,000 or whatever. The average house today is $423,000.
Okay, maybe
Average,
Yeah,
average,
yeah, yeah.
right? Then it was like, okay, the interest rate 14.5, the interest rate now 7.5. Okay, the average income was like 32, I don't know, whatever it was, and the average income now is 88,000. When you looked at the difference, like
Right.
the average mortgage was like $453. The average mortgage is like 5x that now.
Well, and the difference is, it doesn't matter what the amount is, what the number is. What matters is
the payment.
the percentage of your
Income, yeah, and the
Yeah,
percentage of your
when
income.
every damn dime is going towards your accommodations, whether you're buying or renting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 5x
Yeah.
the percentage of your income.
I remember before we bought this place, we were renting this house, and our landlords were great. They were really good, and they liked us because we fixed things. You know, something busted, we just fix it. And so we were finally getting to that point where it's like, you know, it'd be nice to buy a house. We got some good jobs. My business was starting to do pretty good, and but every year, because of influx and things like that, the price just kept going up,
Yeah,
and
you
so
have
we
to.
didn't have
You know
the
why
down
you have
payment.
to? You know why the price of the houses kept going up. Not
yeah.
your rent, the houses.
No, the houses. They were really good with our rent. They kept it as low as they could.
I'm gonna raise the rent on our house at least $100 every year.
Well, you have to, because of inflation.
But not even inflation. Like we don't owe any money on it.
Because you're a jerk.
No,
white
I actually wasn't gonna do that. But
robber baron. That was it. That's what I was
Robert
looking
Baron,
for.
But I heard this guy like
Patriarchal.
yeah. You trying to get me canceled, Dana? No, I listened to this real estate guy talk.
Fascist.
Talk about it, and he said, you know,
No flipping way.
Yeah,
No,
screw
we're not
that.
done.
So he said, if you don't raise the rent something, then over time,
Right.
they feel like it's their house
Right.
over time.
Right.
So if you don't show them that it's not theirs,
Right.
then they start treating it like it's theirs instead of
interesting.
like it's someone else's.
Interesting. Now I hadn't thought about that, but we, unlike other renters that we knew, we always treated it like it's ours.
Yeah, because you're nice people. But most people that rent don't give a shit.
Right.
And so you have to show them that they need to give a shit.
Right.
And the way you do that is by charging them more.
Interesting.
And if they leave, they leave.
Right.
So there's that. But the other thing that made me think I need to raise it after this year is done is that we had 23 applicants and 14 of those were already pre-qualified.
Ooh.
So I should have charged more.
Time to bump it up.
I should have charged more. But once you
Yeah.
once you announce it,
Oh yeah.
like you can't like pit them against each other
Right,
to
right.
raise the rent. So
Not like when they're buying a house.
not like when they're buying a house. I know because I put in 2 offers on houses and they both got get out of here.
Damn.
It's tough too, and interest rates for people that are buying investment properties like 9%.
Oh yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Throwing up in my mouth every time I look at it.
I'm just glad we own our house outright.
Did you get it like done?
Yeah, we've been done for a while.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be done with this house.
Here's to never being done and being done.
Well, I mean, I look
Okay,
at it.
Mr. Financial Wizard, give me the positives and the negatives to both.
Okay, so the positive of like putting all your money in the house is that the only thing you ever have to pay after that is your property taxes.
Right.
So
Right.
you can lose most of your income and still have your house. As long as you can afford your property taxes, you're good. The downside is the amount of, so if you have a 30-year mortgage, let's say, I don't know what you had, but if you have a 30-year mortgage, right? And especially at interest rates that have been over the last 10 years, right?
Right.
If you're, let's say you owe whatever your money is and your monthly payment is $1,000, and if you double that, right? You double your payment, you can lower your amount to like 15 years or 17 years or
Right.
whatever it is, right?
Right.
So let's say you do that, right? If you put that extra money in something
Right.
that is higher than your percentage,
Right.
then you're losing money,
Right.
right?
Right.
If you're paying
Okay.
5% and you're on average over that 30 years, you're getting 7%.
Absolutely.
But you have to be
Absolutely.
disciplined. If you're wasting that money on things that aren't providing you some kind of money over that percentage,
Like business class.
like business class, then you probably should
Buy it.
pay down your house instead. So,
Okay, but here's the thing. When you, that makes total sense. The one problem with that is that's assuming everything is constant.
no. Because
No, it
over
is.
30 years, the average has to be constant.
No, I understand that, but if shit hits the fan at some point, you're gonna lose everything
No,
if you
like-
don't own it.
No, here's the thing. You're right, if shit hits the fan. But, take me for example, okay? I had that approach when I bought my house in 2002,
Right.
okay? I didn't pay extra money on my house. I put it all in, as much as I could in my 401k,
Right.
okay? I got laid off. I was off work for 18 months, and my 401k paid my mortgage.
That's good.
So I didn't lose my house when shit hit the fan.
That's a good point.
But you have to be disciplined.
Right, right.
You have to, when you first start, you have to be poor.
And okay.
You have to have a
And
poor
there-
mentality, right?
Oh, exactly. That was the thing that I told Jordan, my son, for those of you who don't know, both of you. When he got out of college and went into Microsoft, I said, look, dude, you're used to living poor.
Keep doing that.
Exactly. don't get used to your income, because that's what I learned a long time ago, is the fact that people spend what they have. And so if you immediately start just sock stuff away, then, I mean, you're used to living on a minimal amount. Keep it. Now, mind you, he had to, because of getting a job with Microsoft, he had to move up to Bellevue, which is, everything costs more. But still, he at least learned that and diligently put a certain amount not only into stock but into savings, into everything, as well as buying a house.
So right now, like I only see 40% of my paycheck. It's actually like 38% of my paycheck.
Right.
Because of taxes, which are very high.
Very high.
And 401k.
Joe.
And SPP and all of that stuff, right?
Right.
So I only see it, and so our budget is like our, this is what we need to survive budget is very strict.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And now we use a lot of the money, right? We use it, but it's for things like, okay, we want to do this. It's outside of our budget. We're going to make the choice to do it.
Right.
But if we ever get in a position to where, like, I lose my job and I have to get a regular job that's like $80,000 a year or less, our sustainable budget is that low.
Right.
Right? So that we're never in a position to be like, holy shit, like, we have one car payment and it's pretty fucking low. You know, I heard this the other day. The average car payment in America is $900.
Wow.
$900.
Wow. That's a lot.
Ours is like, what is
$10.
ours? No, it's like 4.
Yeah, I always remember
It's like
them being
4 something.
low.
But I could pay it off, but I have 0% interest. I'm never fucking paying that off. Christine's like, why don't we just pay off the car? We only owe like 10 grand. It's 0% interest. I'm never fucking paying that off until I have to.
Right.
Right?
I understand that.
So, yeah. Ooh, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta check my blood sugar. Let's see. It's been bad since I went camping with Jason.
Oh.
Valerie.
They don't eat right.
No, Christina forgot like all the keto breads and everything, so I was eating like the uncooked tortillas.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna try?
What's that? In the green. In the green. Look, it says green. It says green. Looks yellow on there, but it looks green.
What is it? What is it called? Where you're kind of like semi-fasting. What is that called?
I do that.
You do?
Yeah, I don't eat
it. Where you do like 8 hours window you can eat and 16 hours you don't.
Yeah, like I wake up in the morning. Now I have like, I don't know, like, so when I get up in the morning.
Because this is not eating.
But it's calories. So
No.
It's calories.
This is calorie free.
This is calories, my friend.
It's free. I didn't pay for this.
That's true. It's called intermittent fasting.
Yeah, intermittent or semi-fasting. I'm working on it. I can't see. I don't have my glasses. Just tell me. Say when.
All right, they're even now, so.
Go a tiny bit more.
Yeah, just dump it. You're good.
No, you got it. It's yours.
I still have work to do. Well, I have to put out this fantasy football email I've been not doing for the last month. I'm so busy. It's ridiculous. So much stuff.
We actually kind of hit a lull there, but fortunately we're getting more stuff in again.
So you got a new guy, right?
Yeah, Juan.
He's got the stripper girlfriend. I seen her outside the house, and Jason was like, "Yeah, she's a stripper," and I'm like, "Really? People pay for that?"
Oh man!
I hope you're not watching this, Juan.
That is harsh.
I'm sure she's a very nice woman. But
I've honestly not met her.
But you've seen her, right?
No.
Because she stands outside here waiting for him to come back.
I've never seen her.
Oh. Well, I've seen you, and I'm sure you're a very nice girl.
Gosh, I need to edit this out, man.
But I mean, and from afar, I don't know. Maybe she's stacked. I don't know.
Gosh. This is really falling apart fast. We should have ended at 30 minutes.
No. This is good. This is good content. We're going to get lots of likes for this.
I doubt it.
You just have to make a short.
Anyhow.
You just have to make a short. You know, on YouTube short. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's a very nice girl.
The classic line.
Yeah.
She's a very nice girl. No, Juan is actually working out good.
Sweet.
I was very concerned at the start.
Because he like didn't show up the first day or something, right?
It was like, and he was like, he was late the first, I don't know how many times.
So
how
he
many
was,
days.
he was Ronnieing.
He's obviously a little bit of stuff to get straightened out still, but he knows roofing.
Oh, well, that's what you really need. So
Exactly.
He's 5 minutes late. Like, you coach
No, but
him.
you know,
coaching.
yeah,
Lots
exactly,
of coaching.
exactly.
But, you know, coaching someone out of being late is probably easier than coaching a dumbass who doesn't know how to roof.
Right.
Like, to roof.
Right.
Right? From an aptitude perspective, right? Like,
Right,
if
right.
you don't have the aptitude for it, you can't coach it.
He's got the head game going on, so he's good at that.
Now you just have to coach him, like, be early.
Yeah, be on time and that kind of stuff.
On
so
time,
that's
that's 10
cool.
minutes early.
Or at least 5 minutes early. Yeah, and it's funny because Julie and I, we just feel like old farts because we're just bitching and moaning about not one, but about anybody these days.
Yeah.
We were always on time. We never called in sick. We went to work. Julie's dad died. She got the phone call in the morning. She went to work.
Really?
It was her first day at a brand new job.
Yeah.
So she had to.
Well, she
No.
she could have gone in and cried and they could have let her go home.
Yeah.
But she made the effort to go in, and that's the important part, the effort, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is what I'm trying to teach Bibby, right? Like he couldn't go camping with us the first night because he had to work. And he's like, oh, I really want... No.
Right.
Like, when you're an adult, you have to make adult decisions.
And that's what just is so trying to me. Because I get so tired of saying, just suck it up. Suck it up and
Yeah.
do it. That's what your obligation is.
Don't be
And
a bitch.
especially for men.
Don't be a bitch.
Okay, for...
No, for
guys.
men. For men.
No, what I'm saying is they're just guys because they're not men. Because they're not sucking it up and doing it.
Well, I mean...
A man does it.
Yeah.
And okay.
We should get t-shirts. A man does it.
Ooh, I like that. That's a double click. No, a man just does it. Oh, that kind of sounds like just do it. Yeah, a man does it. A man gets it done. No, that sounds like the guy that says get her done.
Yeah, get her done.
No, but my point is, now, there was this extreme pendulum swing that went too far the other way with my father, my wife's father, because they were World War II generation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They did it all. But the problem is, they didn't connect with us. They didn't connect with their wives. There is a part that's needed that way, but
Yeah.
there's a huge part men have to just do it. Don't whine, don't bitch, don't cry about it, just do it.
Yeah, just, like, quit bitching and be a fucking man. Do you want to be a man, or do you want to be a
woman.
bitch? Yeah, like...
And it's just, and someone's going to get pissed off at saying that, but I'm sorry, that's the way
Yeah.
it really is. That's the way it's always been. And when shit hits the fan, you need men to be men and women to be women.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, what do they say, like, every civilization that has fallen, the last stage before it fell, there were gender issues. Right?
Yeah.
So...
Well, or not that, but they just got too soft, too fat and
yeah.
lazy.
What's the thing, right? Hard
yeah.
Hard men create soft times.
Easy times.
Easy times
create soft men. Soft men create hard times.
Hard times create hard men.
Yeah.
Hard men create... Yeah, so we're in a cycle here for sure.
At my age, it's hard to be a hard man.
That's what they have pills for these days.
No, man. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it for sure. For sure.
No, I'm good.
100%.
I'm good so far.
Okay. Well, you are only 60.
Fingers crossed.
You're only 60. Give it 15 years.
No, but dude, I think it's kind of like sleep. When you've used a certain amount, it just goes. You just die. When I've used too much sleep, I'm just gonna die. And when I've done too much nookity nook, it's just gonna stop working.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there like a? It's kind
I
of
think
like they
that's it.
say with like.
That's why you shouldn't masturbate.
I've heard, if you masturbate,
My gosh, this is going down a bad path.
then you won't get prostate cancer. Because the reason why people get prostate cancer is because they don't use it. You don't use it, you lose it.
You know,
Fuck if I know if that's true, but fuck, I don't care. I don't want to get prostate cancer.
okay, I don't know how to respond to that. I'll just take a drink.
Find a good woman that allows you to not masturbate.
Yes.
Cheers to that. Anyways, I have good news.
You stop masturbating?
Well,
No, what's your good news?
I have convinced Eddie to rent me a room for 60 days next summer, and he's going to hire Bibby.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I convinced him. It actually was very easy.
So Junior Devin, I forgot your name.
This is 375 milliliters.
I know.
And you only drank half. So,
dude, I haven't eaten much today. And
Me
okay, and
I had soup for
I've
dinner.
got people coming over tomorrow. I made
Who's
my
coming over tomorrow?
I made Mai Tai and margarita mix,
And
and
so you had
I've got to test it.
Who's coming over tomorrow?
I've got a realty group coming over because they send us business, and I've been wanting to do this. It's
Did you
like,
even invite me or invite
dude,
me
you
to
just
go?
got back from Huna,
That's true.
so it's just the Tinkin team, you know, realtors.
Oh, nice.
There we go. The Tinkin team, they, you know, realtor's got a house to sell, shit's got to get done, call Dr. Roof,
Nice.
and we get her done. But I appreciate what they do.
Yeah. Well, like
And-
that other roofer guy that you brought over that time who introduced me to the Don Julio 1472.
Oh, yeah, that Don Julio is good.
I've got 2
Setente.
bottles now. Yeah.
Don Julio Sentete. Sí.
70, Don Julio 70, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 2 bottles now because
Ooh,
I found it.
nice.
I found it in Hawaii at Costco for cheap. Cheap.
Don Julio is in
Costco.
Hawaii?
In Costco, yeah, Hawaii.
Man, that just blows my mind.
Yeah.
But anyhow, they're coming over tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah, and so, and the cool thing is, they'll be able to meet Becky. I think that's who works for me.
You gave her a car and you don't know her name? Well, you didn't know my name. And, you know, we've done 11 or 12 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus countless.
We've only been neighbors for years.
2002, 21 years.
Holy shit! Has it been that long?
Well, like, we weren't friends then.
No,
but
no.
Not until after Christina. So,
No, it was really.
2007?
It
2008?
started with that potato gun.
Yeah, but even the potato gun, like we weren't friends.
No.
It wasn't until Christina
But
came,
I
after
s-
Bibby was born.
That's true.
So 2007,
That's true.
8.
Because the wives are involved.
Yeah,
And so
Yeah.
all of a sudden we become friends.
yeah. Well, you know,
It's
still.
funny how, see, women bring men together.
Well, because we need to talk about the, you know.
Masturbation problems. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so it's been a while, but you forgot my name. That's cool.
Wait, been a while.
2007.
Oh, yeah,
2008.
since we knew each other. Yeah.
Like, really knew each other.
Yeah.
What was the first party I came to?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
I don't either.
When did we actually connect?
I don't remember.
I know it was over drinks.
Well, yes.
That's interesting.
I've lost that memory bank.
Yeah, man, it's just too long ago. I'm like in dog years.
Yeah.
You know, 1 year is like 7.
Yeah.
So that was like 56 years ago.
Some,
You know what I
so
mean?
we've had a long-lasting friendship.
Here's to good, long-lasting friendships.
Maybe we should end it with that.
Yes, here's to good, long-lasting
Long-lasting
friendships. I like that.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, buddy.